So is no one else going to talk about it? Because if they're not, I'm going to take it upon myself to shout it from the rooftops about all of the quality of life changes that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has brought to the table that have enhanced the game in so many ways from the first one. This is obviously a big step up for the studio, and they have taken a lot of the feedback to heart from the first game. And I kind of wanted to walk through some of the things that I've noticed in my first, I guess, I'm 16, 17 hours into the game so far over the first couple of streams. And there's been some pretty amazing stuff out of the gate. So, one of the big changes for me is that the quest icons, which are up on the compass, now actually have a height indicator on them. So rather than me just knowing that, okay, somebody over in this direction I'm supposed to talk to, now when I get to that location, it tells me if they are above me or below me, so that I'm no longer trying to find stairwells or caverns or ladders or something to try to figure out what level I need to be on. It very quickly gives me a visual representation of where I need to go. That's a big one. The other one, and this is probably my favorite, is the fact that when I'm on my horse, when I'm on Pebbles, good old Pebbles. By the way, Mutt's running around here somewhere. I forget where you at, Mutt. Saw you somewhere. There's Mutt. You see this follow path button over here? That is freaking amazing. So we can go over here, pick a path, follow it. Now, not only am I auto following the path right now, I can also auto follow the path at various speeds. We can double click, well, single click to speed up, click again to speed up even further, and then, of course, double click if we want to. Now, going through these narrow spaces, it doesn't always work that well. This is amazing. Let's go ahead and pull that back, rein it in. Whoa. Now, this also works brilliantly when you are following NPCs, because now there's a button where it's just like follow the NPCs. And this reminds me a little bit, it works even better here than it did in Red Dead Redemption 2. But this is a big thing for me because one of my complaints as someone who has gotten older is that I get thumb fatigue when I'm using the console a lot. And anything I could do to reduce my stick time with my thumbs is always going to be a win for me. And one of the number one complaints I have about almost every single game that I play on a console that revolves huge amounts of runtime is that many games do not allow me to have some sort of auto run feature, or like when you play MMOs, you know, it's like Numblock or whatever, and you can auto run. But most single player RPGs don't allow that sort of auto run. Now, you can't do that while you're running around on foot, but you can do it here when you are on Pebbles or on any of your horses. I think you can do a little bit of this in The Witcher 3 as well, but it works brilliantly here, and I've been a great fan of just running around and letting my horse follow the path, and then I get to sit here and do things like this. And take in, I can look all the way behind me over my shoulder, and I just get to take in the scenery as we're roaming through the wilderness. And of course, you know, if we run into obstacles, you know, there might be a little bit of jank related to my horse running into things. But for the most part, this works absolutely brilliantly, and I can pan off through the wilderness and look at things as we run around. This is a big deal. Now, outside of this, we also have now the ability to create armor sets. And you can have 3. I currently have 2 set up right now. I have my main gear set, which is what I'm using when I'm doing out there adventuring, and I'm probably going to be getting into combat. And then I have this set, which is sort of like my conversation set, and I'm slowly building this up to be a charisma set, which, by the way, I actually forgot that I haven't actually added my I got a ring recently, which I haven't actually added to this, and I totally should. So we're going to equip it to this set as well. And I've got some spectacles here too if I wanted to, which I think are ridiculous, but they do work in terms of adding some additional charisma, even though I do think they look a little bit ridiculous. So we also have a third set, which I don't have anything here yet. This will eventually become my sneak set. I don't actually have anything in this set yet because I haven't set it up, but this is going to be something I'm going to be working towards. Now, you can't do this in combat. That has to be done outside of combat, but it's really nice to be able to have these 3 sets of gear to very easily switch between the various things that I might be doing. The hard part is remembering to do this. Like before I go into town, remember to switch over so that I have my charisma buffs on and that I'm not in my actual adventuring gear so that I look more reputable when I'm talking to NPCs. And then outside of this is the various weapon slots. So as of right now, we only have 2 different types of weapons set up. I have my sword and my bow. You can eventually get a 3rd and 4th slot. I'm not quite sure how you unlock those quite yet, but those will be coming along later on. And then also we have which I don't actually have at the moment. Notice it says attached to belt. I don't actually have the belt slot. Oh, that's what it is. It's like a belt slot. And then there's like a pouch, so you can also equip things like your potions. If I go over here to food, if I wanted to like quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Put in pouch behind my fat head here. Oh, I can't see it because of the chair. There's actually a put in pouch. Hang on, I gotta go back here to that. It's still gonna be behind my fat head because of the chair. Gosh darn it. There it is. Put in pouch. Now, I can't actually do that at the moment because I don't have a pouch, but that's something where I will eventually be able to get a pouch. And that allows you to slot potions, bandages, and food items into a pouch and make them more quickly accessible as opposed to needing to go into your inventory to pull things out here manually. So I just think that along with the sort of simplification of the early stages of combat, if we get off my mount here really quick and we go into drawing my weapon. Oh, it's not going to show it right now because we're not in active combat. But, the target reticle has been simplified because we have fewer zones of attack now, so that has been somewhat simplified. But it's still a more complex system overall with the way the Master Strikes work now and everything else. But being able to switch right here, we can kind of see this on the fly. I have my 2 weapon sets. I'm on my sword right now, but I could switch over to my bow, and it immediately pulls the crossbow out. Now, obviously, I need to... Oh, it's not my crossbow, sorry. It's the actual bow. But being able to switch between the 2 on the fly, just being able to use this quick swap, this is huge in terms of being able to quickly get your weapons out and be able to switch between. Because in the previous game, it was like you could shoot somebody, but then you had to like ditch the bow and go in and pull out your sword. It was this huge complex thing. But now we can actually go in here and straight right away and be like, I have a bow. I have an arrow. Oh, and by the way, look at that sway. The sway is much less until you start getting fatigued, and then he's going to lose the arrow. But I think that the bow has been significantly improved. The crossbow obviously is pretty cool. But overall, being able to come in here and quickly swap things around. Bonk. Love it. Hey, did that bounce back at my face? It totally did. Can I pick it up again? Oh, somewhere in there. And something else, while I'm thinking of it right here, that I absolutely love is the new conversation option, which doesn't just apply to Mutt. I can do it with Mutt here right now. But this conversation wheel of being able to open up the wheel and talk to people as you go through town and have conversations with them as you're following them on horseback and so on and so forth, which is very much that sort of Red Dead Redemption 2 style. Great improvement, allows us to have more conversations. It's just more options overall. I'm a big fan of all of the quality of life improvements that I've seen in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 so far. Love to hear your thoughts. Are there any that I missed? There probably are. There may be some that I glossed over or forgot about, or some that I haven't come across yet. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them down in the comments below. Daily streams at 6 a.m. Central Time, and this is the main game right now. So hopefully we'll see you in tomorrow's stream. Until then, everybody, Stay safe. Happy gaming. Jesus Christ be praised.